Okay, welcome everyone. This is a new format. I'll bring you up to speed with a slideshow turned into a video. So this is going to catch up to where we are. I call it the 60-second onboarding business plan. Because now we have about 13 virtual assistants, we're going to scale like you wouldn't believe. That's why we're called exponential international investments. I don't know. Okay, the mission is essentially spreading rugby all over the world. We can do that because we have the proprietary rights to Sillybuggars, and no one else does. So we got Sillybuggars Rugby. So essentially, that covers the rugby part too, although not legally. Okay, so our mission is twofold. One way is we're going to send people balls, and they're just going to throw them around and get comfortable with Sillybuggars, and then we're going to impose rules on them. And I don't care. We're just spreading balls, and the notion of playing on the beach for until about mid-July. Then we're going to have the countdown globally to the World Championships. Then we'll get more formal on the rules. So two strategic legs. We have the RV still in United States. So we're going to put that on a mission, the $100 billion journey. We're going to advertise for volunteers to pilot from Arizona to the 10 poorest cities in North America, or the U.S., one of which is in San Bernardino, California. It's about a 4-hour drive from where the RV is now. And we're going to put a virtual assistant on it. We have about 30 balls on board. And the idea is we're going to advance, we're going to line up people that are sympathetic with our cause and rugby in general, and send the balls on forward. Once we get there, we'll spend a week or so with the interest parties, maybe 10 teams, or 10 or 20 teams, and then we'll start to teach them. We'll have used volunteers and donors, and then we'll eventually, after a week or so, or maybe even 10 days, we'll do a tournament with 10 or 20 rugby teams for Sillybuggars 7-a-side tournament. So that's a $100 billion tour in. The donors will have a lifetime experience on board Spirit. Now here's the kit. That's the mini pump with a small order ball. So the balls are so cheap. I'm thinking that we'll just make minimum orders of 25 or 100. We just want to spread it around, and all you need is a ball. And we're getting prices on another supplier. Of course, we have to manage this. So the guy, Fang, he started, we're going to be below $2 a ball. And then he jacks the price up to more than double. I don't like that. So here are the cities that we're going to hit. They're the poorest 10 cities in North America, or the USA. And I believe, and I think everyone's going to believe, Sillybuggars is getting them going. Just like in other countries, I don't really care about them starving. I think if they play Sillybuggars and have something to do, and then we always have our add-on businesses. And I'm going to advertise for donors. And remember, the 10 squared is 100 times 10 by 10 squared is 100 teams in one iteration. We spawn 10 teams in a place, and before you know it, we got 100. And then it builds and compounds. Meanwhile, in China, I'm starting in Xi'an with 20 balls, maybe 40. And to do same methodology. Just remember, wash, rinse, repeat, and radiate. Everything we touch grows. Our software platforms, I'm going to integrate them. So far, we have 2 Sillybuggars Inc., which is the nonprofit. I think I made that incorrectly. We got Sillybuggars International INT and Sillybuggars Inc., the nonprofit. I have to change that. So we're going to go through here, and tomorrow we're going to I'm going to do the same method with a video that you can watch, and I'm going to make it shoot. So once you log in to one site, and you can access the other sites. For instance, once you log on to Sillybuggars int, that you'll be access to Sillybuggars Rugby.biz, etc. Tomorrow we're going to do some financial projections. Meanwhile, we got people working on the China trip, and I'll advertise for the for picking up Spirit in Arizona, so it get repositioned to San Bernardino. That's bye.